Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Lando Calrissian from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. This guy is pretty cool, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Here it is. It's pretty standard for what we've seen out of the Black Series. It has a nice big window on the front here to display the figure. Then it's got a grayscale image of Lando down here in the corner. And then on the back, that image is repeated again, and we've got a brief description of the character. If you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So anyway, like I said, it's pretty standard packaging, so let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. So Lando stands at 5 3/4 inches tall. So he's a little bit smaller than your average Black Series figure, but he definitely feels in scale. He doesn't come off to me as the biggest guy, I mean the actor, I mean. So he feels in scale with all of your other figures. And this guy does come with a couple accessories here. The first one here is his cape, which has a lot of detail like here on the inside of the cape, and then it's got this really nice metallic gold in there. Then just basically just flat out here. And a little bit more paintwork up here. My favorite part about this cape is that it's made of vinyl. Personally, I think at this scale, most of the time, soft goods aren't very effective. So, you know, like when you get a vinyl cape like this, it just looks more natural because the fabric's not going to lay like it does, you know, on an actual human being. So I'm really glad that this is a vinyl cape. And then, of course, there's no pegs or anything on it, so it just slips on over his shoulders, and it's kind of a pressure fit. And because the vinyl is so soft, it doesn't get in the way of any of the posing or anything. So I think overall this is a really nice accessory. His next one is his blaster. Lots of detail on here, and some paintwork, which I think is really nice. Really nice accessory there. And finally, is this little microphone thing. It's got a lot of paintwork on there, especially for the size. As you can see, it's, you know, really small, but there's 3 different colors of paint on there, which is really nice. And of course, this does fit in his hand. He has one hand that's sculpted to actually hold it, if you can see that. So that fits right in his hand like that, and he won't drop it. As you can see, it's not going to fall out whenever you're posing him or anything. As far as articulation goes on this figure, it's pretty good. There are a couple problems, but I'll point them out here. So in the head, he's got a ball peg and a hinge in the neck. So he gets pretty good range of motion there, everything I think you would need. Ball hinge shoulders that do swivel 360. Hinged elbows with a swivel. Hinged wrists with a swivel. Then he's got what feels like a single ball peg. His torso here, you get a pretty good range of motion out of it. Doesn't crunch that far forward or back, but it does go side to side, and of course it does turn. He has T-jointed hips with a really, really nice range of motion. Unfortunately on mine, it's got a little defect here. As you can see, this little white speck. It looks like there was a little bit of extra plastic from the mold and they just snipped it off, but it left this really kind of nasty white spot there. I don't think that's going to be a problem for most people. And it's really not a huge deal even if it is there, because you kind of, as soon as you pose the figure, it disappears up into the hip here. So next up, he's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, as always with a really nice range of motion, and then hinged ankles with an ankle rocker. So overall, this guy's got, I think, enough articulation to you know, get the job done. Lando's not the most, you know, dynamic character, so I don't think that the limited articulation in the torso is really that big of a deal. So overall, I recommend this figure, you know, especially if you like the character. But even if you don't, I think that it's a, you know, a reasonably successful figure overall. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.